Happening right now. Take a look. Here's a map of all the townships in Ingham County where a burn ban is currently in place. Burn bans also in place in Mason, Williamston, and Weberville. Over the weekend, a fire in northern Michigan burned 135 acres. The cause? A campfire. Good evening. I'm David Andrews.
And I'm Ann Emmerich. Campgrounds across mid-Michigan are having to patrol campsites extra closely to keep those fires under control. News 10's Justin Kent went to Sleepy Hollow State Campground to see how people are adjusting to the fire warnings.
Yeah, and fire safety needs to be on the minds of all campers. Now, the campground tells me that they are booked solid for the next several weeks. Many campers say they are taking safety very seriously, and park rangers are ready if anything gets out of hand.
Well, definitely we keep our fire contained in the fire ring, keep them small, start them early in the evening, make sure that they're completely out before we go to sleep.
Many of the campgrounds right now are allowing campers to have a fire, provided their site has a fire ring. The metal frame surrounded with cement will help to keep fires from spreading. Now, campers like Dawn Bonderzuk tell me that camping would still be fun, even if they had to go without a fire.
I would still camp without a fire, but you lose a little bit of the experience. There aren't many opportunities to do things during the evening.
Sleepy Hollow State Park Ranger Jordan Mason says he's keeping a close eye on things with the unusually dry conditions.
They'll light a fire, let it burn for a while. Maybe they get tired and head into their RV and they just leave the fire burn unattended. That's the main reason that we see fires get away.
Mason says rangers are experienced in putting out small brush fires. However, if a bigger situation occurs, they would call in the fire department. He says they do take some preventative measures to help reduce the risk of wildfires before campers show up.
We try to, in the spring, we keep all the loose debris blown back off the site. We try to keep the brush trimmed back off the site. That helps as well.
Keeping the fire risk down as campers like Bonderzuk enjoy the great outdoors.
Well, this will be only the third time I've camped so far this year, and the first time in the heat. Heat just really generally doesn't bother me at all.
Now, according to the Michigan Department of Natural Resources, if you're allowed to have a fire at your campsite, you should watch that the fire doesn't have burning embers that could leave the fire pit or fire rings. Never leave it unattended, and be sure that you douse your fire with water and make sure it's completely out before you leave. Justin Kent, News 10.